anybody would have acted the way he acted. He pushed them away, and then he was jerked up. His feet never touched the ground after he was jerked up by that man. That guy was too big for such a little kid. Because I'm about to cry. It was terrible. It was straight up child abuse.
Hello and welcome to Paducah News. I'm your host, Dujuan Thomas. And today I'll be covering the story of the Kingsway security guard choking up a 12-year-old boy. Today I spoke with the family involved in an exclusive interview where they opened up and shared their side of the story and their first public response to the incident. But before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and share. Share this video with your friends and comment below and tell me what you think about the incident. So as you saw in the beginning of this video, I did speak with somebody else that was there at the scene that actually recorded some video from outside. As you can see in this video right here, the security officer on top of the boy from that video. And she shared with me what she saw and some of her thoughts on the whole incident. So let's take a look at that.
But by the time we got out, I saw him carrying the boy out. It looked to me like he had him by a chokehold, honestly, kind of like this. And his feet were maybe 2 feet off the ground. I tried to jump out to get my phone out and try to help. By then, he slammed the boy on the ground and sat on him. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't fast enough because I was so nervous and I just wanted to help. He started smacking him on his side, his right ribs, because the boy was laying down on the ground like this. So I go over there and I start yelling for him to get off, and the police stopped hitting him, and the guy was telling me no. So I was like, well, I'm recording, and I'm sending this to the news, to anybody who needs it, because this is abuse. And he just kept telling him, and the boy kept crying, wanting his mom. You could tell he was scared. His cousin was with him. She was crying, freaking out. So I got on the ground next to him, and I was like, I am going to help you. I gave him my boyfriend's phone, told him to call who he needed to call. I begged the guy to get off. They wouldn't. There was another man yelling. They kept yelling at him, telling him to shut up. He was going to run. He was not, to me in any way, he did not look like he was a threat to anybody outside.
So yeah, as she says, the boy was slammed on the ground and apparently he was being hit on his sides by the security officer. And I actually do have an exclusive copy of the police report from that night. And even in the report, it states that the boy that we see in the video was slammed, and there was eyewitnesses there that said that he was slammed, as well as he had marks on his chin and other visible marks that they were recorded in this police report. And you know, that kind of leads me to a lot of the comments that I saw on my video that I had shared, saying that the boy deserved it and he was being disrespectful and all of these things. And we will get to the, we will get the full true story in a moment, but I just wanted to speak directly to the audience out there and say that no child deserves anything that boy went through that night. And if you think that it's acceptable for a grown man to do that to a child just because the child was being disrespectful and bumping into people at a skating ring, then you seriously have a problem, because that's not right. This boy was, as we've seen in these videos, this boy was choked up with his feet elevated off the ground and, slammed on the ground. Now, even if the choking thing, slammed on the ground, you think it's acceptable for a boy that was being disrespectful to be slammed on the ground forcibly by a grown man, a 12-year-old boy? I really want you to sit back and think about that, because me personally, if somebody did, I don't have a child, but I have a brother that's 7 years old. And if any grown man did that to my brother, I don't care if you're bigger than me or whatever, you all know, like, that's unacceptable. And to all of you saying that's acceptable, I really pray that your minds are open up, and I pray that you were never put in a situation like that. And I really hope that you're not around kids whatsoever, because that's child abuse. There's a thin line between discipline and abuse and assault. And from what we see in these videos, that is straight assault. And, I've spoken with the family and I have the full story, and, I'm going to get to that. But even looking back at the video, you can hear things that were said. And a lot of people have thrown different things out, like your A is mine, or you want to be a man, I'll show you a man, or something like that. And, I reached out to the security officer involved to try to give him a chance to tell his side of the story, but never had any success with that. But from insider sources have said that he is, he's always kind of, the security officer in this video has always kind of been a jerk or cocky or arrogant, which, I'm just sharing what I've heard, but I definitely am not going to put out his info or his name or anything, for his privacy. But that's not right. And no child should have to endure that. So I think I've said my piece on the whole situation. And like I said, I've spoken with the boy in the video whose name is Dujuan and his grandmother, and they walked me through from start to finish and everything that happened afterwards. So let's jump right into this interview. I'm here with the boy that we see in that infamous Kingsway video. Deshaun Chandler and his grandmother, Miss Kathy Willis, are here to share their side of the story. Miss Willis, I'll start off with this. I'm 100% on your side of things because I don't agree with how the guard, handled that situation, no matter what may have transpired in that time. I totally do not agree with it. But some of these questions will be coming from the people that were kind of siding with the guard, and they're saying we don't know the full story, so we're going to get into some of their questions. So first off, let me ask you, how old is Deshaun?
12.
He's only 12 years old. Okay, so some people have asked, why didn't he have a chaperone or an adult with him there at the skate rink?
Deshaun is not an avid skater. He doesn't go every weekend. Some friends were going, and their mother dropped them off. I don't really think that's wrong. I'm pretty sure that most of the children there did not have parents there. I've been told, it's not a babysitter. No, it's not. I agree with that. But it is supposed to be a safe haven for kids to go to. It's been there a long time. My own kids skated there. But he was dropped off by a friend's mother. There was a group of them that went, so I agreed with it. I thought it was okay.
So that moment that you found out what happened, what was going through your mind?
Well, I didn't actually find out until the lady that had taken him brought him back home, and then the officer showed up. And then the officer asked to speak to me and told me I did see a video of him on the ground. That was the first video I saw. It was very disturbing to see your child there, especially asking the gentleman to get off of him so he could leave. He was clearly trying to leave, so I'm really not sure why all the forcefulness was taken out on him.
So yeah, that does lead me to when you first saw these videos, what started going through your mind? What were you thinking?
I was really mad. I think any parent would be, to see your child being handled like that. Whether it was my child or somebody else's child, no child deserves to be handled like that. He was really forcefully rough with him, picking him up by his neck off the floor, slamming him on the ground. Now we have issues. Deshaun is an avid basketball player. He plays for AAU. We have a tournament this weekend that we're probably not going to be able to attend. That hurts him, and it hurts me. It just should not have happened. There should have been a different way. He knew my phone number. He asked to call me. They told him no, that the police could call me whenever they got there.
Wow. So they wouldn't even let him contact you at first?
They never contacted me. The first time I was contacted was when the officer showed up at my house.
With that being said, will you be taking any legal action against Kingsway and the guard?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So, like charges brought up or suits towards Kingsway or?
I have met with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
So, some people have said that, some of the people that were there were saying Deshaun was being disrespectful or speeding or, something along the lines of that, bumping into people. So, does those comments reign true to your grandson, or what can you say about that?
I was not there, but I'm not going to say there wasn't any disrespect. Deshaun is a 12-year-old child. From the videos, I can see that there's a little bit of mouthing going on. Did he run into somebody? That's very possible. There were a lot of kids running. The videos that I saw at Kingsway, there were 30 or 40 kids running in the same little group that Deshaun was. Did they bump into somebody? Probably. There was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Was it meaningful? No.
All right, so Deshaun, could you walk me through what happened that night, like from, I guess, whenever everything started to, up until the point where the security guard, came and did what he did?
Yes, sir. Okay, so I was skating around, and I'm not gonna lie, I did bump into somebody, and I asked them if they was okay. And I was skating fast, because, they got on to me 1 or 2 times, and I slowed down a little bit, but, you gotta think, everybody's running around, skating fast, and I'm skating fast, too. So I went around a couple more times, and then they started talking to me, and he told me to go to the front. So I went to the front, and I took my skates off, because they was telling me to leave, and they wouldn't let me go get my stuff. So I asked nicely, and my friend was going to get my stuff, but he didn't know where it was. So I went to go get my stuff. I came back. They would not let me leave after they told me to leave. And I tried to take off running out the side door, and they tackled me one time, and then I got up, and somebody tried to, like the worker, somebody tried to grab onto me, and I pulled away. And then that's when the security guard ran up behind me and said I hit his dad, and he pulled me up off the ground by my neck.
He said what?
He told me I hit his dad.
So you said that he said you hit his dad?
Yes, he said I hit his 72-year-old dad. And then he grabbed me up by my neck and pulled me all the way to the concrete and then slammed me and sat on my back. And I was trying to tell him I didn't hit your dad, I didn't hit your dad. And then he was telling me like, yes I did. And I was like, no I didn't, but he didn't listen.
And I've heard that once you were outside, he was sitting on you. Is that all he did was just sit on you, or did he do anything else in that time?
Like other people saying he hit me in my side, but like I didn't really feel it because like my adrenaline. He probably did hit me, but I didn't feel it because of my adrenaline.
So how did you end up getting up? Like what?
Like the police came, he wouldn't let me up. Like I told him I wasn't gonna run from him or anything. I'll wait till the police come. I wasn't scared to talk to nobody. And he wouldn't let me get up until the police came.
A lot of people are concerned with how many adults were there that allowed this to happen. So, what are your thoughts on all those adults standing around and allowing this to happen to your grandson?
I understand people not wanting to get involved. I appreciate the people that were standing there to make sure nothing else did happen. But do I think they should have jumped in and done something? I think the problem was really big already, and if it was me, I probably would have stood there and told the officer or told the security guard, get up off that child. You don't need to be sitting on it like that. And there were people saying that. But at that point, I don't think he was going to listen to anybody or anything until the police got there. And when the police got there, he did get up.
So is there anything that you would like to say to the community? Because it's been in an uproar about, the whole incident. Some people are on your side and some people are on the guard side. So do you have anything that you would like to say to the community?
This has gotten a whole lot bigger than I thought it would. And sides being taken is not necessarily my concern. My concern is for it not to happen again. Everybody is going to talk, everybody's going to have their own opinion, everybody's going to have their own comment. And I appreciate all of them. But this should not have happened, whether my child or somebody else's child. Watching a video of your child being literally abused is really hard.
Definitely. And this leads me to this question. Do you think it was racially motivated at all, or?
Again, there's a lot of hearsay. I have heard from people that go skating quite a bit that the gentleman is racist. I do not know the gentleman, so I do not know. Dujuan is a biracial child. So he struggles with that anyway on different levels, the way society is now. And it's hard for any teenager, white, black, mixed, whatever. But again, my main concern is to see to Dujuan and make sure Dujuan's okay.
Yeah. So if you could say anything to that security guard, would you want to, or if you could meet him or anything, would you ever do it? Like, what would you say to him?
Right now, it probably wouldn't be a good idea for me to meet with him. I'm very upset. I'm very angry. There's a whole lot more going on now than just videos. And, like I said, we have some physical, we have some mental, that is all going to have to be taken care of. And I will pray for him because I think he needs it.
Definitely. Well, I thank y'all so much for coming on and sharing your side of the story. I really appreciate it, and I hope the community hears this side and gets a better understanding of everything that happened. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
So yeah, Miss Willis said it best. There's no better way to end out this video than on a positive note. As she said, she's going to pray for that security officer. And I extend that out to everybody watching this video. Just send prayers to everybody that is involved in this whole situation. And make sure you like, comment, and share this video with your friends. Comment below what you think. Did your minds get changed after hearing their side of the story? And I will say that I did try reaching out to Kingsway Skating Ring, but they had no comment on the situation. But this has been Paducah News, and thank you so much for watching.